In this episode, we're going to break down the top 5 reasons IVF can fail and what to do next. Welcome to the Finally Get Pregnant Naturally podcast, the podcast helping women identify the real reasons you haven't conceived or stayed pregnant so you and your partner can finally grow the family of your dreams. I'm your host, Dr. Katie Wood. Let's dive in, shall we? In this episode, you'll learn the 5 most common, often overlooked reasons IVF fails, including poor egg quality, immune dysfunction, and nervous system dysregulation, how to identify if your body or your partner's needs deeper support before trying IVF again, and practical next steps you can take to uncover root causes and improve your chances of success, whether naturally or with future fertility treatments. So if you've done IVF or you're considering it and it didn't work, this episode is for you because I understand how devastating it is to invest emotionally, physically, and financially into IVF and still walk away without a baby in your arms. You start to question everything, your body, your future, and even your hope. But here's the truth that most people don't hear after a failed cycle. IVF isn't the only solution, okay? It is not the solution to every fertility issue. It's just one tool. And sadly, if the root cause hasn't been addressed, then even the most advanced technologies can fall short at getting you results. So today I'm going to be walking you through the top 5 reasons IVF can fail and what to do next so you can finally move forward on your fertility journey with clarity, confidence, and renewed hope. So number 1, poor egg quality, sperm quality, or embryo development. So one of the most common yet least explained reasons IVF can fail is due to poor egg or sperm quality, which can lead to poor embryo quality. So even if a retrieval produces multiple eggs, they may not be genetically viable. So what can contribute to poor egg or sperm quality? We have mitochondrial dysfunction, oxidative stress, inflammation in the body, nutrient deficiencies, blood sugar issues, and yes, growing older can have an effect, but that's not the whole story and or like so black and white that if you're older, that means that you have poor quality. So what can you do next? So egg quality and sperm quality can take around 90 days to develop. So you have about a 3-month span to improve your egg and sperm quality. So you want to look at ways that you can improve your mitochondrial support. Follow an anti-inflammatory diet, detox your home, your personal care products. You want to be remineralizing your body, giving yourself some adrenal support. Also focusing on gentle exercise and stress regulation because over-exercise can actually be a form of stress on the body. You can't necessarily fix your age, but you can dramatically improve the environment that your eggs mature in. So that can involve lifestyle, nutrition, and supplements. So number 2, poor endometrial receptivity or uterine environment. So even with perfect embryos, they still need a safe, receptive place to implant. And if your uterine lining isn't thick enough, properly developed, or the timing's off, or if you have maybe some dysbiosis in your vaginal microbiome, then implantation may fail. You may have undiagnosed issues like chronic endometritis, endometriosis, uterine polyps or adhesions, maybe a thin lining due to poor blood flow or estrogen issues, and you could have some vaginal microbiome dysbiosis going as well. So this can all sabotage your implantation without you even knowing it. So what can you do next? You can request an ERA or endometrial receptivity analysis. You can get checked for chronic endometritis, which can be treated. You can support your blood flow with acupuncture, castor oil packs outside of IVF and outside of your fertile window and luteal phase if you're actively trying. You can look at yoni steaming. There's certain yoga positions that can increase blood flow to the reproductive organ area. You can consider uterine health herbs and energy healing to support your womb and energetic receptivity. And if you've had uterine trauma like repeated DNCs or maybe IUDs in the past, this can have an effect on your uterine lining as well. Reason number 3, if you have any underlying immune or inflammatory issues. So this one can get missed pretty often. So if your immune system is overactive, whether it's due to autoimmune conditions, chronic inflammation, silent infections, your body may attack the embryo or prevent it from implanting. So red flags for immune issues could look like history of miscarriage, Hashimoto's or other autoimmune diagnoses, chronic gut issues or food sensitivities, positive ANA, NK cells, or cytokine elevation. So, what you could do next is you could ask for a full immune panel. You can address your gut health, which is where the majority of the immune system lives. You can consider immune modulating protocols, but also reducing inflammation naturally through diet, stress, and targeted support, and explore underlying infections or even mold exposure. Reason number 4 is a male factor issue that has been overlooked. So, male factor contributes to about 50% of fertility struggles, but a lot of times it can be brushed aside with a quick semen analysis that really only looks at count, motility, and morphology. And sometimes years go by since a partner has a semen analysis done but the couple is still struggling, that's when we want to do repeat tests, right? But there's also a deeper layer to explore, and that's called DNA fragmentation. So even if sperm is looking normal under a microscope, the DNA inside might be damaged, and that damage can affect embryo development and miscarriage risk. So some things that you could do next is ask for a DNA fragmentation test. There's even at-home semen analysis that can do this for you now. Support your partner with antioxidants, minerals, and positive lifestyle shifts. Eliminate heat exposure, exposure to EMFs, alcohol, tobacco, cannabis, plastic, so endocrine disruptors. And you want to focus on improving sleep, reducing stress, and focusing on mitochondrial support for sperm too. You've heard me say mitochondrial support a lot. I would highly recommend going back to episode 135 and learning about how I offer personalized mitochondrial support and like oxidative stress support for my clients. Reason number 5 is the nervous system just is not on board. So, this can be the most overlooked piece of all, and also one of the most powerful. So, at the end of the day, if your body doesn't feel safe, it won't prioritize reproduction, period. IVF is very physically, mentally, and emotionally intense. If your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight, you may not respond well to meds, ovulate predictably, or your body may not really support implantation. So, stress just isn't a feeling, it's a biochemical shift. It's even very subconscious as well that can affect hormones, blood flow to the uterus, egg maturity, luteal phase support, immune balance, so on and so forth. So, what can you do if this is something that you're struggling with? Slow down, connect with your body, add breath work, nervous system regulation, meditations. You can work with a fertility coach, such as myself, who is trained in mind, body, and energetic healing, such as womb embodiment. Create space for yourself to process grief, disappointment, and fear after failed fertility treatments. So, just a reminder, you cannot heal in the same environment that your dis-ease was created in. Your nervous system must feel safe to receive. So, if IVF didn't work or you're scared to try again, I want you to honestly ask yourself this. Have I addressed the root causes behind my fertility struggles? And I want to say 9 times out of 10, the answer should be no and will be no. Because so many women that I speak to who have been struggling for years and years and years, they'll say, yeah, I got some testing done, and they'll think that they've done everything that they could. But really, it was just kind of surface level testing that their doctor did. They're not actually digging into the root cause. Because here's the truth that no one tells you in the clinic. IVF doesn't solve egg quality, inflammation, nutrient depletion, immune dysfunction, or nervous system dysregulation. It tries to bypass them and hope that things fall into place and cooperates. But when you combine root cause healing with intentional timing, that's when miracles can happen. And I've seen it over and over again. Just to recap, IVF can fail for a number of reasons, but the most common ones can include poor egg or sperm quality, a non-receptive uterine lining, immune or inflammatory issues, overlooked male factor issues, and a nervous system stuck in fight or flight. The good news is, though, these are all things that we can support and shift with the right root cause approach. You're not out of options. Your body just might need the right kind of support before it's ready to conceive. So, failed IVF does not mean that you're broken, does not mean that you'll never be a parent. It simply means that something deeper is still unresolved. And it's not the end of the road, it's a redirection. And with the right root cause approach, I've seen countless couples conceive after many, many, many failed fertility treatments, either naturally or with a subsequent, more intentional round of treatment. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you on our next episode, released every Tuesday and Thursday. Are you ready to finally discover why you haven't been able to get or stay pregnant? The Ultimate Fertility Blueprint is a quick, insightful quiz designed to reveal your overall capacity to conceive and help you discover potential root causes and areas to address to improve your fertility so you can finally get and stay pregnant. You'll find the link in the show notes. As a quick reminder and disclaimer, this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for medical advice. Always consult your doctor or healthcare provider before starting any new supplement or protocol, especially if you're actively trying to conceive or undergoing treatment.